Okay, y'all. A lot of rumors flying around just about Diddy. They're saying that it's not over, that there are superseding indictments brewing, y'all. They're saying that Diddy is snitching, and they're also saying that the government played us. Okay, y'all. This is what the rumors that's going around. So we're going to talk about it now, y'all. We are about to talk about it, okay? Hello, welcome to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you to my day ones, twos, and threes. Thank you to all my new subscribers that's coming in. That means well. Thank you all so very much. I appreciate you all, and welcome, welcome, welcome. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only, so everything is alleged, some is not, and the fair accuse is in my description box, y'all. So let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it, y'all. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is a mess what they have created right here, y'all. They have created a serious mess for themselves. All right, y'all. And I'm talking about the prosecution right now. They have created a serious mess. Not just the prosecution, the judge, and everything else. My personal opinion, y'all, to be honest with you. Are they prepared for the aftermath of this monster? Because word on the street is Diddy is a loose cannon, y'all. And if he do something to somebody that was a witness or any part of this court stuff, if something happens to somebody, they gonna sue the pants off the government, y'all. And I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. This is what I think this is all about to boil down to. And this is another reason why they haven't let Diddy up out of that jail, because they know he gonna go out there and do something dumb. Okay, he's a crash dummy, and he this one right here, loose cannon to the 25th power. And anything that he does when he come out of there, if he come at some of these witnesses or victims, y'all, it's gonna be just like the lawsuits is flying for Diddy. The lawsuits is gonna be flying for the government then. Okay, y'all. It is about to go down. Everything gonna be flipped on the government if he get out here and start acting a fool and sending people to go do stuff to people and this and that and this, which this is what allegedly he's about, y'all. Okay, this right here is a straight out hot mess. Okay, and this is showing you a pattern of not only P. Diddy but Jay-Z as well. This whole thing with this chef and a lot of others that didn't show up because they were afraid to show up or they were bullied not to show up. All of this is the same lane as Jay-Z scaring the crap out of a disabled woman, y'all, and her family, showing up to her house, showing up to their doctor's appointments, showing up to I'm just saying, y'all, showing up to the gas stations everywhere, okay? Coming to her house, sending your goons to bully her and this and that and that and this. It is showing you all a pattern on how that Jay-Z and P. Diddy them roll, and how that they've been able to get away with stuff for years. Bullying tactic, and they use these white folks, y'all, to get away with it. To get away with what they're doing. They throw their money around, and it is what it is. It is looking like right now that the reason why P. Diddy did not get charged for everything that he was supposed to be charged with, because he was supposed to be charged with all of those charges. Don't let nobody fool y'all about, oh, he should at least got the third one or the this or the that, and not the first two. And don't believe that, y'all. Diddy was, if they would have did their job, Diddy would have been charged on all those accounts, y'all. They had enough evidence to charge Diddy with everything. Okay, y'all? And it was information that was withheld from the court. This is what I'm hearing now, that the judge only allowed in certain things and certain things he didn't. There were so many people that was hanging around, sniffing around that courthouse, that came into town, that didn't mind getting on that stand to testify, and they didn't put them on there, y'all. And it's a reason for that. If you are the prosecution and you're trying to get a conviction, you ain't holding nothing back. You're not saying, oh, we're going to keep this person from testifying. We're going to this, we're going to that. You ain't doing that. But this is what they did. And this makes the prosecution look real, real bad right now, y'all. They have to do something to save face. Because if they don't, y'all, they putting so many lives in danger with Diddy. Word on the street. And the arrogance is through the roof. He is going to be out for revenge, y'all. Okay? And he is somebody, and the judge said this too, he's somebody that do not like to follow the law. He don't like to abide by any rules. And it doesn't matter what the defense team throws out there. Oh, we're going to take away his, we're going to take away his passport. He's not going to be able to get on his flight. He's not going to this. He's not going to that. Everything that they're saying that he's not going to do, they can't prove that he's not going to do it. Because Diddy does what Diddy wants to do. So they done got themselves in a serious jam right now. Okay, y'all? And not only is the judge going to look bad if Diddy get out and do something to somebody. Because I'm just saying, y'all, they don't follow rules. Him and Jay-Z don't follow rules. But these lawyers that's out there smiling outside the court, that smile going to be turned upside down if Diddy get out and harm somebody. Okay, y'all? If he get out and do, it's one thing to gain all these millions of dollars that y'all got for this case. But there are real victims out here. Truly real victims out here that scared for their life when it comes to Diddy. And the things that Diddy has done and everybody has covered up for him. Okay, y'all? And y'all, it ain't gonna look good. I'm telling y'all, it's not going to look good. We got people out here, and this is why I say that this world is just like Sodom and Gomorrah. I swear it is, okay? There are people talking about they going to the next Diddy party. People are talking about they're going to do what Diddy was doing and stuff and all of this. Because they figure they can get away with it now. If they coerce a young person to be the mastermind, make it look like they're the ones that's setting up the appointments and the this and that and that and this to keep themselves out of trouble. That's what they're going to do. And when they go to court, they're going to feel like, oh, Diddy got off with doing this and that and that and this, so we can do it too. But the part that gets me is we got grown men out here that's acting like they all for Diddy. Okay, which make you wonder about they sweat and skill of radar. I'm just saying, y'all. Okay, the stuff that they brought out in court was disgusting, y'all. Just even playing in drip drops for me, it did it for me. Okay, him playing in another man's drip drop did it for me. Okay, and we got grown men, we got rappers, we got people that's in the entertainment business and everything. Some people is for Cassie and some people is for Diddy, and we got people out here for Diddy that claims to be straight, that claims to be probably got a girlfriend or a wife somewhere, and you are condoning what Diddy did. You're condoning it. People act as if Cassie was just straight out lying. I'm not saying that Cassie was also innocent in this, but there was a clear manipulation going on right here. There was clearly an age gap of him finding somebody that was willing to do whatever it took to be in that spotlight with him. They didn't care about this stuff until it got really, really outrageous, ridiculous. They got tired of it. Okay? Being a toilet seat for him and his, adult entertainers when they, instead of them going to the bathroom, they number one on her. She got to a point where she got tired of that mess. Okay, y'all? She got sick of it. How she was being treated and all of that stuff. And I guess the jurors is saying that she should stuck to hang on in there. You started this, so you might as well go and finish it. This the attitude the jurors had. This is the attitude that they had. They act like, I don't even know, y'all. The jurors seems like they were all plants. A lot of them were plants to mess up this case so that, things will go a certain way. The judge is suspect too. I'm just going to be completely honest. Everybody is praising this judge that he was this and he was that. But if you think about this whole situation, the judge rushed this case. From the beginning, when it first started, he was like, I want this ended in by this date, this date, this date. So it was a rush job. That's another thing. All around the holidays and the this and that, when people want to go back home and be with their families and this and that, it was so much pressure put on the jurors. that you have to do this and you have to do this fast. It wasn't even about them taking their time to go over all of these discharges and the details and the this and the that. And some of the stuff that's being read out about, why they made their choice for this and that and this, y'all, it seems like this was a big cover up to let Diddy off of a lot of stuff. Okay, it's weird, and on so many levels it is, but it's looking like right now the truth is coming out that according to the chef, because I had to go back and listen to her again. I had one of my subscribers. They was like, "You usually be right about stuff, blah 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 blah." So it's a way you say things to me that you will get to me. Okay, y'all. Not saying that you're wrong about it, but it's the way you say things to me. And I probably blocked that person, but at the same time, what they said kind of stuck in my head. Like, let me go back and listen to the chef again. Let me go back and listen to everything that she has to say. Because I didn't hear everything. I just, it bothers me when they have stuff right in their hands. Somebody have everything they need just wrapped up in a bow right in their hands. And they just let it just fade away. They had Diddy where they needed him at. There should have been people coming out the woodwork, coming forth saying, I'll testify. They should have been coming out the woodwork to make sure this monster never saw the light of day again. Okay? But now that everybody started popping up and now they got to start, oh, this is why I didn't come. Oh, this is why I'm scared. And this is why I said something about the chef. Because if you were so scared about coming to court, why are you out here now talking? It just seems odd to me. Okay? But I want y'all to listen to something of what she said, some of the stuff she was saying. I want to play it and let y'all listen to this because it's very important that we listen to her details. Because when I sit back and listen to this, I went back and listened to it, okay, y'all? And I probably blocked that person because I had it talk to me. But I did go back and listen to her. And I'm feeling some type of way about listening to the Chef Jordan female. This woman is basically saying that she's traumatized. She has been traumatized. She says she has been terrorized. Okay, y'all? She's terrified. Okay? She says she don't feel safe. She says she's not only an ex-employee of him, but she's a victim as well. Now, some people are saying that she had a lawsuit against Diddy and she got paid off too, just like Cassie. I don't know nothing about that. I'm going to just tell y'all this. I don't know about that lawsuit. Okay? But the little bit of stuff that she is saying right now, this woman is saying, basically from what I got from her. And what I get from this is the prosecution dropped the ball on this case, yo. They dropped the ball on this case. Did they do it on purpose? I don't know. Was they paid off? I don't even know. Okay, y'all? But it's some weird stuff for brewing behind closed doors right now. And I just feel like there's some meetings taking place for them to, and Diddy is trying to even pay out the rest of the little $90 million that he got left to try to get on up his foot up out that door. Whatever he needs to do, he's trying to pay the right people. To me, this is what I feel like to get up out of there. This woman sit back and talked about how soon as the feds popped up on her and gave her let me pull up her. Okay, this is the woman that came forward, the Chef Jordan female, y'all, and this is a little bit of what she said. Let me just play a little bit.
As one of the actual minor victims to Sean Combs' physical assault while I was employed by him. As someone who was a witness to the abuse towards Cassandra Ventura Fine during my time of working for Sean Combs, I would just like to say that this is a grave miscarriage of justice. And I would like to also address that last year on March 20th, I was terrified. So I was served with a grand jury subpoena that day before they left my home in Atlanta, Georgia. confided in 3 different people about that visit from the feds. Terrified is actually an understatement. By April 11th of 2024, I was being contacted by Sean Combs' initial lawyer, Aaron Dyer.
Okay, I want to stop there for a second, y'all. So she said that when the feds came out to her house or whatever, she was contacted by the feds and that she was subpoenaed that she was going to have to testify against P. Diddy. She said she was already terrified about that situation. Now, it makes sense that she possibly had a lawsuit against him before too and possibly won, that they reached out to her in the first place. Somebody had to give her name up, okay, and know about what happened with her. So she said she confided in 3 people after she received, their request for her to testify. She confided in 3 people. Now, I didn't pay that no attention at first because I was going to say, is this somebody in the government that had a Diddy, you know what I'm saying, to people to reach out to her after the government came out to the house? It's some type of plant somewhere in there. But the fact that she reached out to 3 people, those 3 people that she reached out to could have word got around back to Diddy. Now, another thing that I do know, when you are in a lawsuit or you got to testify against somebody or this and that and that and this, just like the prosecution has you as their witness, they have to release you as a witness to the defense because they have to, check you out and question you, whatever too. But it's not, the lawyer is not supposed to release that information to, P. Diddy for him to bully people into not coming to court. Okay, so what she's saying is she was petrified because right after the feds come out, sent her this, paper that she got to testify. Then she's contacted by P. Diddy's lawyer. Now, I want y'all to pay attention to what she says about this because if the lawyer was to contact her, okay, and which she said he did. And she's putting up the proof and everything that the lawyer contacted her. Let me see, did I put it up here? I think I did. Okay. This is the letter that she received. Okay. That we, command you that all the singular business excuses being laid aside, you appear and attend before the grand jury. So they were telling her she had to testify. And if failure to attend and produce any items hereby demanded will, constitute contempt of court. And she could get in trouble for not going to court. Okay, y'all? She says that Aaron, who is Diddy's lawyer, reached out to her and said that he's P. Diddy's attorney and he left her messages last week and wanted to follow up. He had been told that she had been contacted by law enforcement and might want an attorney to represent her. And he said, let him know if you want to discuss or help us, or them help her with the matter. Feel free to call, text anytime, or whatever. This is what the lawyer sent her. This is a form of intimidation. Okay, listen to this, y'all. Why in the world, if the prosecution has got her to be a witness for them, why the heck do she need a lawyer from P. Diddy who they prosecute? Now, I'm just saying, y'all, listen to this mess.
I have a voicemail that he left and text messages stating that Mr. Combs was aware of the visit from the government.
Okay, now this is another thing. This is a form of intimidation. This is, y'all, all day long. This is victim tampering. All day long. He didn't just say that, my client this and that and this. He made sure that he threw in that P. Diddy knows that that the government reached out to you about him. You know what I'm saying? This is a form of intimidation, letting her know that P. Diddy, my client, know that you're going to be one of the witnesses. Now, do you want us to give you a lawyer to come to court on your behalf? Which means on his behalf. Okay, y'all? The prosecutors dropped the ball. And I said this a long time ago. This is going to stop so many people from testifying, from coming forth saying anything. It's going to get to a point where I'm just going to throw it out there. People just going to be in their own lane, and if you come in that lane messing with them, they're just going to have to deal with stuff on their own. Try to legally, I'm just saying, y'all. And people is not going to be calling the police and depending on them for anything. This is the way it is going to get. There are not going to be no witnesses coming forth with big cases. People are just not going to do it anymore. If you sit back and you watch injustice take place right before your eyes, they sit up there and don't even charge him for mingle tingle trafficking when we clearly see what was going on. We clearly see that this child was Cassie was being drugged back to a hotel room. We sit there and watch this. The world sit back and watch this. And they felt some type of way about this, but the jurors sit back and watch this, and just because they read a text message of her trying to impress Diddy, talking about, "Ooh, I can't wait to get to the mingle tingle party. I can't wait to get the big pack of whack of this and that and this." This is a female trying to impress somebody, trying to give him what she thinks that he needs in order for him, you know what I'm saying, to show her some attention. If she make him happy and give in to all his sick fetishes and this and that and that and this, and she go along with everything, she feel like she, you know, is his wifey material. Okay, y'all? This is what Cassie was trying to do. Okay? She wanted that spotlight on her. They showed she was jealous of Kim Porter. For the holidays, he was spending time with his families. He didn't have any kids with her. But she was the one that was, you know, fulfilling all the fantasies. So she was feeling like she was just being used and abused. And she got tired of that mess. But he went and his money paid for the best of the best lawyers to flip the script on her. And anybody still with common sense would have paid attention that you ain't getting drugged out of a hotel room back into the hotel room for nothing. There's something going on there that she was trying to get away from. Okay? Then they said, oh, that same day she was right back at it. If you got this big baboon putting paws, foots, and everything else on you, okay? Elbows and knee and you and this and that and that and this, yeah, you're going to get back in line real quick. You're going to get back in line. Especially when you got somebody that's a rich, filthy rich, enough to pay the hotel. You're talking about somebody that paid for the whole floor of that hotel room. They don't just rent a room. They rent the whole floor. So that anything go down up there, it can be covered up. They can pay off the owner of the hotel so that nothing happens. Okay? That they don't get in trouble for it. This is what this girl was dealing with, y'all. And the crazy part about this whole situation is this has gave every man that's out here doing this type of stuff, and there's so much of this stuff going on right now, y'all. It's so much. You sit back and watch the movies, and you know it's terrifying to even watch the movies. But just think about this stuff really happening in real life. That there are females out here that's probably that ran away from home and this and that and that and this, or start hanging around the wrong crowd at a certain age and got hooked on street pharmacy stuff and this and that and that and this, and just hang out in the street all the time to a point where and they love those type of females that the families, you know, don't get along and stuff like that. They like those type of females, and they running away because, you know, when something happens to them, nobody's held accountable for it. There's so many women out here that's being taken against their will and being done like this, okay? And manipulated into, you know, doing business deals with their body and this and that and that. It's so much of this going on out here, and can't nobody say that they have not seen or experienced or heard about other stuff like this going on in the past. Okay, it's a lot of this going on, and this just made every last one of these guys think that Big Gimping is not gone. Okay, Big Gimping is still in full effect, and they can do the things that Diddy did, and they can get away with it. Okay, instead of you set up the meetings, make sure that the person that's you sending out to do, make sure they set up the meetings. It's a way that Diddy did things. And you can tell people is schooling these guys. This is what I told y'all about Young Dolph case. If you got Yo Gotti, who is hanging out with lawyers, and they come into his birthday parties, and they go into each other's kids' birthday parties, and this and that and this, and you got these lawyers that's in your back pocket, you think they are not schooling these guys on how to get away with all these crimes that they are doing? This is what they're doing. And if this continues and they don't change something, you could just throw the whole justice system away. Because it seems like the justice system is just for poor people. It's not for people that's actually doing crimes. Because they're going to let whoever they want get away with stuff. And whoever they want to let get, I'm just saying, go to jail, they're going to let them go to jail. And that's not how the system was supposed to be set up. Just because you have money, you can commit crimes. Did y'all hear about Chris Brown? Chris Brown had paid off his victim. We're going to talk about that in another video. But this is how the rich is getting away with doing all kind of crimes. They can commit crime after crime after crime after crime. And they can make money and invest in this, invest in that, or this and that. Get endorsements for this and that and this. And bam, they can take all of this money, do crimes, and they can pay their way out of trouble. And this is why that they're getting away with so much crime right now. This is why they're getting away with it. Because they're money. Their money. Their money. It used to be a time that real ninjas, okay? Real ninjas out here would be disgusted with P. Diddy. They would be disgusted. But we're in a day and age now that sweat and Skittles, they make that a normal thing. This is why they start having these, I'm just saying, y'all, he's coming to the school. Men with wigs and makeup on coming to the school, teaching the kids how to accept this. Because we're seeing now that the fathers out here is accepting it. The men are accepting this. Not all of them, but it's a lot of them that is. And how in the world is you standing by Diddy and clapping your hands, and this man is taking back doors? He's taking that. Take that is not just a song. He's really out here doing that. And it doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. And if you support Diddy, you support that. You are supporting that. So this is weird, y'all. This is so weird on so many levels. But let's get back to her. Let's get back to her.
And that they would like to extend to cover my legal fees. These are terrible. These are facts. This, in my opinion, was witness tampering.
Okay, y'all. She said she's basically saying that she was a part of witness tampering. The government ain't doing anything to stop Diddy them. If they really wanted to stop them, they would have. They're not. They're not stopping him. This is why he think can't stop, won't stop. Instead of them putting this monster away, they got his son. He got a new song come out at the same time around the time when he finna call himself finna walk out the jail. He got a new song coming out. It's all about promotion. They are putting out videos talking about, oh, Diddy gonna come back bigger than ever before. Are y'all serious? Are you serious? And like, I can't believe the things that's going on right now. My mind is all over the place about this whole situation. Because when she said what she said about... then people came out to her house to tell her she got to testify. And then all of a sudden, Diddy lawyer is calling her, telling her Diddy knows. Diddy knows. Do you want us to give you a lawyer? Diddy knows. The first thing I thought was, is somebody in the government is running back to tell Diddy everything that's going on? So he can get ahead of everything? But like I said, when you have a court case, they have to let the prosecution has to let the defense know their witnesses. The defense has to let the prosecution know theirs. but it's not supposed to be for use for intimidation. The lawyer is not supposed to go and tell Diddy, oh, she's trying to testify against you, da 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 da, just so you can go and bully this person. To me, that was a red flag right there. Diddy's lawyers need to start getting charged with stuff, not just Diddy. Okay, y'all. Jay-Z lawyers need to start getting charged with stuff, not just Jay-Z. Because they gives out people addresses. They get these private detectives. They are the one that's the middle person to between the witness or the victim, the goons that's coming to their house, and the person who did it. The lawyers, to me, is the one that carries that torch, that has people getting harassed, gives out their phone number or their address so that their little goons could go pay them a visit and shake things up, so they'll be scared to go to court. And y'all, if you go back in time on all the court cases that Jay-Z has had, this has allegedly been a thing that they do. They've been doing for years. How long is the government going to continue to let this take place? Is it going to be to a point where nobody's is cooperating with the police whatsoever? It doesn't matter. And if people stop cooperating on their own stuff, they're going to stop cooperating when something happens to one of their own, the police. People going to sit there and watch crimes take place, and they're not going to open their mouth, because you know why? They're going to feel like you don't help our people when they in trouble. And they need a monster off the street, so why should we care about yours? People are going to get in their feelings real bad about this situation with P. Diddy, y'all. This is not going to just get brushed under the rug and go away so lightly. This is going to be a problem, y'all. This is definitely going to be a problem. Ain't no way in the world that people going to keep continuing to put up with this type of mess. Ain't no way. Seriously, y'all. Ain't no way. I want y'all to listen to a little something else too, to what she's saying about the whole situation. Listen to this.
Is actually an understatement. By April 11th of 2024, I was being contacted by Sean Combs' initial lawyer, Aaron Dyer. I have a voicemail that he left and text messages stating that Mr. Combs was aware of the visit from the government and that they would like to extend to cover my legal fees. These are terrible. These are facts. This, in my opinion, was witness tampering. I was supposed to testify this year on May 20th. I was in New York. It was announced. It was on CNN that I was supposed to be testifying, and I was pulled because I flipped out on the government. These are also facts. I want to be very clear. As a victim, as a former employee of Sean Combs, I do not feel safe. I am extremely traumatized. I do not know where to go from here. These are facts. This, in my opinion, was witness to submit my own letter to the judge. I stand by everything that I said. I knew that he beat Cassie Ventura fine in 2009. I know that she was dragged from the vehicle. Okay? I know that I saw her 2 days later at the London hotel when me and one of his assistants brought her a bag. Okay? This was a miscarriage of justice. And beyond any of this, I don't really have anything more to say, and I really don't know where to go from here. Just know that I am terrified and I am traumatized. And it's honestly submit my own letter to.
Okay, y'all. Y'all. This is one of the witnesses that needed to show up. This is a witness that needed to show up, y'all. And she didn't at the last minute. And I'm going to tell y'all this. A lot of people is talking about this lawyer. Lots of people are talking about this judge, brother, not lawyer, this judge. And they're saying that, some people were saying, oh, he did a good job. Oh, he's fair. He's this, he's that. How are you fair if you did not allow, y'all? Word on the street is this judge held back Diddy's dirty deeds, y'all. This is what they're saying. The judge wouldn't allow certain things in. Didn't even let a lot of things that Diddy was out here doing, they didn't allow in on this case. How do you plan on getting somebody on RICO if you don't even allow all of the evidence in, y'all? And ask yourself why. Was this all a front? I'm telling you, they better clean this up because, y'all, they are about to let one of Satan's little minions up out of there if, things go his way. And they trying their best to pay out the yin for things to go their way. They have basically throughout couple of major charges on Diddy and a major charges on Diddy and Jay-Z by pushing fear. They have let the government, y'all, have let P. Diddy and Jay-Z, okay, allegedly get off the hook by pushing fear on the witnesses, the victims, and this didn't take place right up under the judge's nose, the prosecution knows, the feds knows. They didn't let this take place, and this is crazy. Did Diddy beat these charges and other charges because the government failed to protect the victims and the witnesses? Ask yourself this question. And what's up with these judges that do not allow all of the information in? They said that they had other information to put in. The judge didn't allow it. Now, at the last minute, they also said that this Chef Jordan woman, okay, she was pulled at the last minute. Why was she pulled? Now, she said that she went off on the government, but it's a reason that she went off on the government because allegedly, she was scared. Why ain't they offering anything for the victims and the witnesses? Okay, it used to be where they would put people in witness protection and stuff like that. Did those type of programs go out the door? I'm just asking, y'all. I'm just asking. Because anybody that needs witness protection, you would think it would be for people that's going up against billionaires and millionaires that got so much influence out here. Okay? You would think that these people right here would be the people that would be qualified for witness protection. Is this why she went off on them? Because y'all ain't about to pull. Y'all making me go to court. Y'all gonna go home at night and chill with y'all families. And I am going to be the one. This is what she's basically saying. In so many words. She is going to be the one. Okay, y'all? They got to deal with these monsters if you all don't put these monsters away. And even if you do, they still got their little buddies out here. Jay-Z running amok right now, y'all. Can't even find a stable place to put his head down because he's scared that his time is coming. And y'all see, the judge just told Jay-Z, you got to give up that DNA. All that running is out the door. You're going to have to give up a DNA. And like somebody said in my comment section, they better make sure they put somebody in there to watch him take that DNA test because it might be somebody else's BLOD that they give out there. Okay? Because if you done ran for this long, don't think you won't have another trick up your sleeve. This is what Jay-Z and allegedly, I'm just saying, y'all, P. Diddy is all about in the first place. Getting away with stuff. And they've been doing it for years. Are they gonna, and Tony Busby and all of this stuff, they all seem like they fell back instead of pushing forward. And I think that maybe those other cases have to get thrown out for him to push forward on Jay-Z and, witness tampering. Because to me, instead of dropping the disabled woman's case, they should have reinstated that case on the grounds of witness tampering. If you're in fear of your life, of course you're going to drop the charges. That all should be playing out right now before our eyes. They should not be allowed to do this and go about their business and live their life. And now you back on stage singing with Beyonce out the country somewhere. And this female life that got turned upside down because she came out to tell the alleged truth on you that you and your partner did some graping and strawberries to her when she was not of age and she's disabled. This is two people that we know of, more than two, in P. Diddy's case, that have been bullied. Bullied, y'all. Cassie, the Jane Does, Gina, all of this is witness tampering and nothing is being done about it. What's the purpose of even having words called witness tampering if the law is not, pushing the law when it comes to witness tampering? We have sit back and watched and witness tampering take place. Not only with the first case, the Busby got with the disabled woman, but we also have witness tampering right here as we speak. People are coming out talking about it. And a lot of people is feeling like it's a straight cover up. It was all a money grab. If this is all y'all wanted to do was drain P. Diddy's account but not lock Diddy up for the things that he has done, I wouldn't blame P. Diddy if he went after the government and sued the pants off of him and got all his millions of dollars back. Because if y'all gonna let him get away with this, he might as well sue y'all for even dragging him into court in the first place. Okay, y'all? And not only that, like I'm telling y'all right now, I got a feeling that Diddy is going to go out because they can't control. One thing about Diddy, he's a loose cannon and you can't control him. You saw that when they put him in the jail. He started, making phone calls to everybody else stuff. Yeah, other people do it too. We know that. But you're in a federal prison and you're supposed to be watched. Everything that's supposed to be going on with you, they're supposed to pay everything attention that you're doing so that you don't scare people or send no hits out on nobody and this and that and that and this. Okay? When you got that type of money. And Diddy got in there and did everything they told him not to do. He did it. He lied. He played all kind of games. He was doing everything he could to try to get this case thrown out. Just like Jay-Z was doing. Everything. They were going through every underhand thing that they could do. They did it. To me, I don't understand right now why that female, the disabled female, her mother, her father, is not suing Jay-Z for having private investigators following them around. Harassment. Why aren't they suing him? Did they get paid off too? Because we did hear that the daddy came forward and was like, I don't remember. But the thing of it is, if sometime when there's a disability in the family, other people in the family got disabilities too. Just saying. Sometimes it's hereditary. Sometimes it's an accident and something happened and you're disabled. But the majority of the time when somebody is disabled and they're born with it and this and that and this, sometimes other people have it in the bloodline. Okay? So we don't know if the mother or the father got these type of issues as well. Okay, y'all, we don't know. So the daddy saying that he don't remember. I think I would have remembered driving that long. We don't know if he could have remembered or not, y'all. That was a lot of years ago. Okay? A lot of years ago. And if he had a daughter that could go and drive and get somebody to take them out, that far or this and there and this and there, she probably somebody that stayed in the streets anyway. She could get up and go when she wanted to go places. And she wasn't that type of disabled that was just sitting around, okay? She got around when she wanted to get around, okay? How many times? Think about when you were younger, how many times that your mama or your daddy had to come get you out of trouble. And would they remember every detail about when they came to this place and that place and that place? They wouldn't. And especially when remember if you are disabled or he got some little something going on with him too. Y'all, this whole thing that took place with P. Diddy and Jay-Z, y'all, it's crazy that these things are taking place right in our face, and we're sitting back with our just looking like, are y'all serious? Are y'all serious? They pulled her at the last minute from testifying because she said she flipped out on the prosecution. Why else would she flip out on the prosecution if they wasn't saying what she wanted to hear? Are you all going to protect her? When this demon sent his demons at her. That's what my thing is. I bet you that's what the flipping out was about. How are y'all going to protect her? Because I told y'all this before. I told my day ones, twos, and threes. If you testify against it's street associates. They could do something on the streets and you testify against them. They will give you protection, or they will let you stay a certain place until the court date. This is what they do on a regular. Okay? They will let you stay at a hotel. They give you these vouchers or whatever to go stay here, there. Okay? And until the court date is done. And once the court date is done, that voucher is up. Okay, y'all? You are on your own. And it doesn't matter to them because they go home to their wives and children or husband and children in their fancy houses and they can sleep at night. They don't care about the backlash. They don't care about the cousins and the brothers and the this and that or the street associates that want to come at you because you got that person locked up. They don't care about that. And I said this before. There's no way the government is going to keep getting big cases. They're going to lose every time. This might be if they don't flip this back and do something about this Diddy stuff, y'all, it's so many cases is going to get thrown out. And people they're going to give up. They are going to give up because they feel like, because that person got money or who they know and attached to, they're going to get out. So they ain't taking the chances anymore. And that's sad, y'all. That's sad. Everybody act like, oh, and I listen to, this is one thing about me. And people think that I don't like somebody because I debate on things that they say or this and that and this. But I watch a lot of different people. Okay. And if I talk about a certain person more than I do others, that's probably because I watch them. I agree with some of their stuff, some stuff I don't. Now, I'm hoping that Ticket is right. I really am. I'm hoping that he's right about the judge, don't like the stuff that Diddy has done. And he knows about a lot of things and he's going to take that in consideration. But at the same time, I have to question that. Because the fact that a judge would purposely leave out things that Diddy has done, a judge would purposely leave out, not let other witnesses come forward. A judge would rush through this case saying this has got to be done soon. I ain't got time for to be sitting here for months. Just going to be wrapped up and by this date. That alone is, I'm just saying, y'all, a red flag to me. However long it takes the jurors to come to the conclusion that they need to come to, you let them have their time. You don't rush through a case. Because when you rush through a case, things are left out. Okay? People want to get back to their families and stuff like that. You're doing it around the holidays and this and that and this. And this makes a bad outcome come out that you clearly know that there were injustice about. This is crazy on so many levels. And, people can say that, oh, the judge don't like Diddy, but from the actions that took place in that courtroom, I don't know. I can't say that for surely sure. Because to be honest with y'all, if the government don't come with more charges on Diddy before he walk up out of there, if they don't, it's going to be a problem. And it ain't going to be that they could just brush everything that Diddy did under the rug. They're going to look bad, bad, because Diddy is going to get out and make them look bad. Diddy is going to get out and he's going to feel like he is even more untouchable than ever before. He beat the feds. He this, he that. His head is going to be, he already got a big head. Okay? His head equivalency is Yo Gotti's. Okay, y'all? He already got a big head. So if he was to walk up out that jail, he really gonna have the goons, okay, y'all? He really gonna have the goons out here running, doing work for him, okay? He really gonna have people petrified and scared out they mind. I'm just saying, y'all, the weirdo, the people that's just strange for a piece of change, they're gonna be just overflowing the streets. And I'm just saying, y'all, okay? Packages is gonna be delivered all over the place, okay? And it ain't gonna be nothing to be done about it, because this system dropped the ball. And I don't understand. I keep saying this over and over again. I can't understand how in 2025, y'all, that we got witness tampering going on with these rappers. And nothing is being done about it, y'all. Nothing. They're trying to make money off of it. Diddy's son is trying to sell records off of the backs of the victims. He's taunting the victims, y'all. This is crazy. This is crazy. And if they think for 1 minute, y'all, that Diddy is not going to crash out and do something dumb, oh, he is. And the doggone security and everybody. You see, all the dirt that he did to all these women, putting paws on them, all that stuff. The security sit back and watched and didn't do a thing, y'all. They sit back and let Diddy do the things that he did. Because he's the one that's paying them. He's the one that's paying them. So they don't say anything because they don't want to lose their jobs. He get people in a position where they're making a decent money or whatever, and then all of a sudden he snatched the rug from up under them. He makes sure that they leave their other jobs and they have to depend on him. And then he lays the whammy on them and let them know his true colors. Either you're going to deal with it or you're going to be broke. You're going to be homeless. You're going to have to go find another job. This is how Diddy likes to get people. That they depend on him. He wanted to make it look like Cassie was paying all of these rump wranglers and this and that. He was the one that was paying behind closed doors, but he wanted to make it look like Cassie was the one that was setting all this stuff up. Cassie was doing this. Cassie was doing that. Cassie wasn't the breadwinner, y'all. He was. He was giving Cassie the money to go do that. He was telling her to do that. And like I said, this adult entertainer that then came forward that's suing, Cassie. And a lot of people is posting that, oh, he's suing Cassie. He's suing Cassie and Diddy. He's not just suing Cassie. He's going in on Cassie, saying that Cassie played a role, but Cassie was doing what she was told. Okay, y'all? That's what Cassie was doing. This chef, I don't know a lot about her, but like I said, a lot of people say that she worked for Diddy. She was the chef. And she's saying that she was the victim too. So I don't know what happened. I got to find out about that situation. So I'm going to look that up and see what happened. What did he do to the chef? Because if she got some money too, because word on the street, she sued Diddy too. What? I got to go and find that story of what happened to her. And I believe everything she's saying, to be honest with you, because everybody's saying the same thing. Everybody. She got the look, y'all. She got the look that she would be victimized by Diddy. She has that look. Okay, y'all? That she would be victimized by Diddy. And if he paid out some money, he did something wrong. Just like he paid out $20 million to Cassie, he knew he was in the wrong. That's why he paid that money out to her. And the jurors think that what he did was okay. If what P. Diddy did was okay, he wouldn't have never paid Cassie a dime. If Cassie was the mastermind and she was the one that was setting up these meetings and this and that and this, Cassie would have never gotten paid $20 million. And everybody said, oh, did he pay her 30? No, did he pay her $20 million? $10 million came from the hotel for them covering up what was done to her at the hotel. She sued the hotel and she sued Diddy. $10 million came from the hotel for them getting paid to cover up what Diddy did to her. $20 million came from Diddy. Ain't nobody paying out $20 million to somebody that was the mastermind, y'all. These jurors didn't have enough sense to throw. Either they were scared or they were paid or they were plants. It is what it is. And we have to sit back and we have to analyze this. It is what it is. The fact that they are saying, oh, this is Diddy's first offense. He shouldn't have to stay in the jail. He should get probation. The fact that they even let something like that come out their mouth is ridiculous, y'all. Okay? First offense. Word on the street is Diddy has been offending people ever since the 90s. But on paper, this is his first offense. Do you see why people did not want to come forth and say nothing? They have been covering this man's crimes up for years, y'all. For years. And I still stand on what I said. If you can now come out of hiding and write a letter that's being put on blast and everybody in the world is seeing this letter, you could have came to court. It's the same thing. If Diddy is mad at you about testifying, he gonna be mad about you writing this letter to the judge. He's gonna be mad about you right now coming forth talking about all of this to the public. Why talk about it to us and not talk about it to the jurors? Did they feel that it was all a setup? They'd rather talk to the public than talk to the jurors? Did they think that it was going to be a waste of time to talk to those jurors? Because it's starting to look like that. That nothing that was said or done or showed to those jurors was going to get a conviction. Not a full conviction. Because they were plants. This is what it's looking like, y'all. Okay? So just stay tuned, y'all. Stay tuned because more information is coming out right now. And I'm telling y'all, it is going to be a serious backlash. If Diddy get out that jail and do something to somebody. And don't think that it ain't going to be all over a channel. Every channel news station there is. CNN, Fox, everybody going to be talking. They let that demon out and he did something to somebody else. He felt like he was unstoppable. The judge even said it himself. Y'all admitted that he is violent. And that's the case. A lot of stuff that this judge is doing or has done with this whole case contradicts a lot of stuff. He act like he cares for the victims. He acts like, oh, you got to stay because you violent. Well, why would you hold certain things out of court? Why would you hold back very important stuff that should have been put in? The judge wouldn't allow it in. How can you care about the victims if you held back information that could have put Diddy away for life? So I'm confused about a lot of things when it comes to this case, y'all. Okay. And like I said yesterday, I threw up a video yesterday and I was talking about her that, oh, now you want to come out and say something. And I asked my subscribers, do this make sense to y'all? That you don't come out with the trial, but you come out now afterwards. If you were scared for your life then, you should be scared now by even coming out saying something afterwards. I still stand by that because it makes no sense. If you have somebody where you got them at, then y'all all lay the hammer down. You don't sit back and say, "Ooh, I hope Cassie's testimony be enough." Now you want to come out and say, "Oh, Cassie, I saw him drag her. I saw him did this." Well, the jurors saw him drag her too, and they still didn't do anything about it. Did she feel like it was a lost cause? Well, how would she know that they were going to do that? Is her fear of Diddy real, y'all? Is this why she's so petrified of it? Because they watched a videotape of Cassie being stoked out, y'all, dragged, and that wasn't enough. So did she feel like her word was gonna be enough either? Did they feel like they gotta convict this man of being a monster that he's in? You know you are an enterprise when you can order a whole floor to a hotel. See, this is why this RICO was so important. When you can, as a person, go and say, I want to rent a room, but I want the whole floor. Okay? And you control those cameras and everything on that whole floor. And when I say control, if you can pay for them to throw those camera footage away, which they didn't, thank God. But if you got the power to pay somebody, go to the owner and be like, I got some, what you gonna spend on all that money I'm giving you? They talked about that too in court. That he even wanted to know what they were gonna do with the money, the payoff money, for to cover up the tape, y'all. And the only thing they charge him with, these dingbat jurors that they picked out, that didn't have enough sense to throw, I would have rather it been a hung jury. I'm just saying, y'all, that people was like, nah, you ain't about to let this monster out. And people, other people that was going to be on the jury, that was going to be like, no, he should get free. And the other person like, no, he shouldn't. If they would have went tip for tap, I would have had more respect for the jurors than them to just go and, ignore the evidence that was presented. Okay? I would have rather that than, I'm just saying, y'all. At least we would have known that people stood up and went to bats for casting them, and the victims and the other people, dangling people off of the porch and all of this stuff. Like, are y'all serious? Did y'all see the bruise? They put, this woman showed the bruises, slamming people into a one-man show. Does not get a hotel manager or supervisor to cover up crimes. You have to be a part of an enterprise to be able to pay for stuff to be taken, and covered up. They kept bringing up this KK person. She's a part of that enterprise. She's a part of the RICO. But they didn't make her testify. She is a major part of helping cover up everything that Puffy does. And yet and still, her name got brought up, but she wasn't made to testify. And from what we're seeing right now, there's word on the street, but the government wants you to testify and you don't. You get in trouble. Do that not matter when it comes to P. Diddy and Jay-Z in them cases? I'm just asking, y'all. I'm just asking. But anyway, I'm tired of talking about it, y'all. But fear to me is why Diddy and Jay-Z is getting off on certain things. Fear. And the government is dropping the ball on this, okay, y'all? And the government, when you play these type of games and you let these monsters come back out here because you feel like, oh, this enough, we done took all his money. No, it's not enough. When you got victims out here that this person did literally harmed and messed up so many lives, and you all want to release this type of shitika back out here, it's a problem, y'all. It's a problem out here, and this problem is going to have to be neutralized, y'all. Okay, y'all? Problem going to have to be dealt with. Because it's going to get bad, y'all. It is going to get bad. I don't know if should I say neutralized, but whatever, y'all. It's going to get bad. And, there are more secrets coming out. Tisa is coming out saying that she was being targeted at the courthouse. Tisa said that they were trying to get her kicked out the courtroom. The defense team. People on Diddy's side, she said, how in the world was she getting paid by the defense team when they were trying to kick her out? Y'all, this is what she said. She said that Diddy's team every day was trying to kick her out, get her kicked out the courtroom because they didn't like her reporting because she wasn't kissing their tail, okay, y'all? So they wanted her up out of there. They didn't want anybody in that courtroom that was, lighting a match under them. And Tisa did that, y'all. You have to give Tisa credit where credit is due. She lit a match under this P. Diddy case, and she's still going strong on it. Okay, so I have to give credit where credit is due. Now, when it comes down to Jay-Z, we're going to see if she going to have that same energy, and I'm going to be all up in Tisa Tail's tail, okay, if she don't have that same energy for Jay-Z and Beyonce. Now, when they turn come up, I'm going to be all over it. I promise y'all. It ain't gonna be no, oh, you gonna flip flop and this and that and that. No, 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 no. Tisa have that same energy because we gonna be on it. The Jaguar done called her out, and now all eyes is on Tisa. And we already see that Jay-Z turn is coming. It's coming. It's slowly just coming in there. So we gonna see what Tisa is all about. Okay. I ain't finna just offend her and this and that and that and this. I want to see if you're going to have that same energy. I noticed she's starting to talk about God more and that God this and God that because people been calling her out about those little Baphomet signs she been throwing up and all of that stuff. So, yeah, we're going to see what Tisa is really about in a minute. Okay? We're going to call out on all her mess. Some people saying, oh, she is a plant. She been getting paid for this and that. We are going to find out. Okay, we're not even about to play with Tisa like that. You can't go this hard on Diddy and don't go that hard on Jay-Z the same way. And that's his partner. Ain't no way in the world you're gonna be able to do it. Now another thing that's going around, word on the street is P. Diddy is snitching. Word on the street, they're saying is like father, like son. They're saying that P. Diddy been a plant. He been giving up information to the feds. This is why that he keeps sliding through with that baby oil. Put that baby oil on him and slide right out of this and slide right out of that. Okay? A lot of people is saying he is just like his daddy. An informant, y'all. And he's snitching. But he's doing it in a different way than his pawpaw did it. Okay, y'all? His pawpaw did it and got himself taken out. P. Diddy, on the other hand, got a lot of people brainwashed because they into the same thing that he's into, okay? So they go along with the crap that he does. And they don't care if he's out here taking back doors of men and women. They don't care if Diddy is out here snitching on his partners. They don't care about all the dirty stuff that Diddy is doing. So this is why, a lot of stuff is getting brushed under the rug. But we see it. We see it, and I'm hearing what y'all saying that he's a snitch. Word on the street is Diddy is snitching and working with the people. That's why he keeps sliding through, getting away with stuff. Okay, y'all? But they literally have something on him now. He has 2 charges, y'all, of, doing business with the Cootie Cats. He has 2 charges of that. So something is starting to stick to him, but not like it should have, y'all. We all know this should have been a total different outcome, no matter what. And not only did the prosecution drop the ball, the judge, if he did not allow stuff in, this is what they're saying, word on the street, he didn't allow everything to come to court. He held back so much stuff. And why? Why in the world? They had already dropped, some of the stuff. Well, not really dropped, but they wasn't already in charge in the first place. But they did bring up the arson and the this and that and that and this. The judge went along with a lot of stuff that they, held back this and held back that and that and that and this. But why, if the prosecution was really trying to put Diddy behind bars, why in the world would you give him a slap on the wrist? Why in the world would the judge hold back stuff? Why in the world would they be allowed to get away with witness tampering? This is what Jay-Z and Jay-Z and P. Diddy has done. We have witness tampering. Okay, y'all? So we gonna see what is about to take place with this whole situation, okay? I know they had the party ready for the 4th. They probably had a wang and dang a doodle, okay, y'all? Are ready for Diddy to get out. They probably had fixed the rooms up so he could pick up where he left off for the 4th, but it didn't happen. But that don't mean they ain't trying their best to work on that as we speak, okay, y'all? So stay tuned, y'all. Stay tuned because it's a battle right now that's taking place right now, okay? It's a serious battle. And I'm telling y'all, the doggone feds, they dropped the ball. They dropped the ball on this clown right here. And they made themselves look bad by not putting some more stuff into this case. By not letting, you know, everything fall where it may. They control a lot of stuff, the narratives here, there, and there, and there. And it held back on a lot of the truth coming out. There were so many people, so many women coming forth saying that Diddy slipped them something. There are so many videos out here of Diddy talking about, locking up people at parties when he rent a place, and he locked doors and this. All of this stuff should have been shown in court, y'all. And if they don't have another court case or brewing for Diddy, the government has lost so many people that they are done with them. They are done. So they better pick it up, y'all, because I'm telling you, shit will come out to hit the fan. And people right now are going to start taking stuff in their own hands, and they're not going to be working with these people anymore, helping them, or none of that. Because they feel like it's a waste of your time. I have been trying to get justice for Mo3 since 2020. Y'all, it is 2025 now. And you know what? Instead of a bumpy behind bars, Mr. Gello, he's at home chilling. He's at home chilling, okay, y'all? Probably trying to figure out and who all he can talk to, the witnesses, and flip the script. They are allowing these people to try to come at any different way and angles to fight these cases from outside. They're allowing some of these people to do this. And this pees so many people off because Mo3 was taken out on the expressway. This could have went left. Other people could have passed away. The only reason why a lot of people didn't pass away from them doing this little Wild Wild West on the expressway in Texas when they was taking Mo3 out is because they had a lot of their friends on that expressway so that they could record what was going down. They wanted to laugh about Mo3's last few minutes of his life, okay? They wanted the chase, everything to be recorded. How does something like this happen? And Yellow is sitting at home right now. He should not have had his bond lowered. None of that. People are tired of this mess. They're tired of it. Boosie got a young man that he was supposed to be mentoring to go and take out all of his enemies. Okay? This young man is locked up. He got paid by Boosie to do these things. Word on the street. He's in jail. Boosie out here living his best life. Make it make sense, y'all. It's so much injustice going on right now that don't make sense, y'all. Boosie, you gonna get out, you getting out. You getting out, you ain't getting out. You getting out, you ain't getting out. Y'all remember when Boosie went to jail? Word on the street was he was in that snitching too. Quando Rondo, whole little crew got locked up while Boosie was in there. Y'all don't remember this? He knows about Quando Rondo's whole situation. Because Quando Rondo allegedly confided in Boosie. I want y'all to pay these things attention. The snitches is getting right back out. And when they want to point the finger and make somebody else look like, oh, the bloggers are snitching on us. No, we not snitching on y'all. We just talking about it. Y'all are the snitches. And their fans is looking over it. I've never seen a group of thug thizzles stand by rump wranglers and snitches. Was supposed to be a no-no. My understanding back in the days, this was a no-no. People used to have to hide when they were out here rump wrangling. But Diddy done made it popular now. And now all the guys that's standing by him, I'm just saying, y'all, it's very questionable, y'all. It is very questionable. But anyway, y'all stay tuned. Stay tuned. Please like, share, and subscribe. if you like the video. And thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for the cash apps that's been coming in as well. Shout out to the victims. You are not alone. We are still here fighting the fight with you. Okay? We are still here. And Cassie, no matter how nasty you are and all the stuff that we still know you were a victim too. Believe it or not, we know this. We know there's a cover up. We know that the government is dropping the ball. We know that the government, this is what it's looking like. They're not protecting these people that's coming forth. When you have somebody like, and I'm just going to really, really quickly, they didn't pee me off with this one, y'all. When you have a disabled woman that's coming forth on P. Diddy and Jay-Z, and you don't put her and her family up somewhere in witness protection, you drop the ball. You dropped the ball. If the defense team needed to come and question her, she should have came to an office somewhere, got questioned, and then got zipped off to back to where she was in hiding. There should have been no way she should have been moving around, her family moving around, that they could get harassed by Jay-Z goons. No way. The government has to do better to protect victims. Things has to change when it comes to this type of situation. It does. Because it's going to make people not want to cooperate whatsoever, y'all. So stay tuned, y'all. Stay tuned. Anyway, y'all, please like, share, subscribe if you like the video. And thanks for watching, y'all. Peace.